In a world dominated by capitalist ideals, how feasible is it to live by socialist values? This question often echoes in the minds of those who find themselves navigating the labyrinth of their personal values, set against the backdrop of an overarching economic system. Embracing socialist principles in our daily lives within a capitalist landscape isn't a straightforward task. It demands intentionality, a deep-rooted commitment to fostering collective well-being, and a willingness to challenge the status quo. This isn't about a tug-of-war between capitalism and socialism, but rather about finding ways to reconcile the two, to create a world that is not just economically prosperous, but also socially equitable. So, how do we go about this? How can we ensure that our actions align with our beliefs, even when they seem to be at odds with the world around us? Let's dive into practical ways to implement socialism in our daily lives, transcending the conventional boundaries imposed by the dominant capitalist paradigm. First, conscious consumption, a fundamental step towards embracing socialist values. This involves more than just what we buy, but how we buy it. Mindful purchasing is about supporting businesses that align with our social and environmental values. This means prioritizing ethically produced and locally sourced goods. It's about choosing to support local artisans over multinational corporations, or choosing organic produce over genetically modified options. It's about understanding the impact of our purchases on the environment and on the people who produce them. But conscious consumption doesn't stop at mindful purchasing. It also involves reducing, reusing, and recycling. Embracing a sustainable lifestyle is about minimizing waste and repurposing items. It's about recycling to reduce the environmental impact of consumption. It's about realizing that our choices as consumers have far-reaching consequences and making those choices with intentionality and care. In a world where we are constantly encouraged to buy more, conscious consumption is a powerful act of resistance. It is a way of saying no to the relentless drive of capitalism and yes, to a more sustainable and equitable world. It is a way of using our power as consumers to influence change and to vote with our wallets for the kind of world we want to see. Remember, every purchase is a vote for the kind of world you want to live in. Next, the essence of socialism, community engagement. Community engagement is the lifeblood of socialist values, a cornerstone that truly brings the essence of socialism to life. By getting involved in our local communities, we can directly impact the world around us and make a difference. Participating in local initiatives is a sterling way to contribute. These initiatives could range from volunteering at a local shelter, joining a neighborhood cleanup, or supporting initiatives that promote inclusivity and provide resources for those in need. Not only does this promote a sense of unity, but it also creates a ripple effect of positive change that can extend far beyond our immediate surroundings. But community engagement isn't solely about participating in existing initiatives. It's also about pioneering new ones. That's where cooperative ventures come into play. Consider exploring cooperative models of collaboration, like community gardens, co-housing, or shared resources. These models foster a sense of communal ownership, a fundamental tenet of socialist values. They promote the idea that we're all in this together, that our collective well-being is intertwined. These forms of engagement allow us to create and nurture communities that are inclusive, supportive, and sustainable. They allow us to build a world where everyone has a seat at the table, where every voice matters, and where collective well-being takes precedence over individual gain. Through community engagement, we foster a sense of unity and shared responsibility. This is the power of community engagement, the power to transform our world one community at a time. Until next time, keep questioning, keep learning, and keep engaging in the world around you. Now let's turn to advocacy for social justice, a cornerstone of socialist values. This is a powerful tool that each one of us possesses. The ability to educate and raise awareness about these social justice issues that plague our society. It's about acknowledging systemic inequalities and doing our part to level the playing field. We can do this through conversations, through sharing our knowledge and understanding. It's about challenging the status quo, questioning the unfairness, and encouraging others to do the same. But it doesn't stop at education. That's just the first step. Next, we need to take our knowledge, our awareness, and use it to affect change. This is where activism comes into play. Activism can take many forms. It could be joining or supporting grassroots movements that align with your beliefs. It could be signing petitions, attending protests, or using your social media platforms to spread the word. It's about lending your voice to collective efforts for positive change. Remember, activism is not about radicalism, it's about making a difference. It's about standing up for what's right. And it's not something that's reserved for a select few. Every single one of us has the potential to be an activist, to make our voices heard, to contribute to the fight for social justice. Remember, every voice counts in the fight for social justice. So let's use our voices, let's stand up for what's right, and let's make a difference, because at the end of the day, that's what advocating for social justice is all about. In the workplace, how can we foster an environment of solidarity? This is a question that requires our attention, as the answer not only shapes our daily experiences, but also influences the overall health of our society. A key aspect of workplace solidarity is advocating for workers' rights. This means standing up for fair wages, safe working conditions, and the right to voice concerns without fear of retribution. But solidarity doesn't stop at rights. It's also about creating an inclusive environment. This means valuing diversity and encouraging everyone's input in decision-making processes. By doing so, we cultivate a sense of shared responsibility and unity. Remember, solidarity isn't about us versus them. It's about all of us together. When we support one another, we create a workplace that's not just productive, but also enriching and empowering. So let's stand up for each other, listen to each other, and respect each other's rights. Workplace solidarity is a powerful tool for fostering shared responsibility and unity. Finally, let's talk about empathy and cooperation, the heart of socialist values. These principles guide us to foster relationships rooted in understanding and shared experiences. Empathy isn't just about feeling for others, it's about actively listening, recognizing their perspectives, and cultivating a sense of shared humanity. We live in a diverse world, and empathy allows us to bridge the gap between our experiences and those of others. Now let's turn to cooperation. In a world that often promotes competition, embracing cooperation can feel counterintuitive. But cooperation isn't about denying our individual strengths or ambitions. It's about understanding that our collective success is interwoven with the success of others. It's about working together, sharing resources, and building a community that thrives on mutual support. By fostering empathy and cooperation, we cultivate a sense of shared humanity. We move away from the competitive mindset, creating a more compassionate, equitable world where everyone's well-being matters. In conclusion, navigating a capitalist world while embodying socialist values is a conscious choice. Conscious consumption, community engagement, social justice advocacy, workplace solidarity, empathy, and cooperation are the linchpins of this endeavor. Each is vital in fostering a society that values collective well-being over individual gain. Remember, it's not about rejecting capitalism, but seeking a harmonious balance. Until next time, keep questioning, keep learning, and keep engaging in the world around you.